they're trying to tell me I need to send this kid because the recruiting station needs it. Well, I'm trying to tell them, like, I just randomly knocked on a house door and this kid was sleeping on his grandma's floor. And, you know, he's crackhead skinny. He's never done a pull-up or he's never ran in his life. He can't go to boot camp in the same month that I just convinced him to enlist. Like, he needs time. So I had that conversation and instantly lost faith with my ops department, and we had beef essentially. But once that streak had broken, I once got a phone call from one of my recruiters and said, "Hey, my kid's not trying to ship." On the day we're supposed to take him to go to the hotel, he stays the night in the hotel, and then he goes off to Parris Island. My kid ain't trying to ship. And I show up, and on my way there, I call my ops and I give them the heads up, like, "Oh, I got bad news. Let me just make sure that my bosses are tracking this, right?" And instead of them, you know, maybe coaching me up on, "Hey, have this conversation," or, "Hey, let me talk to the kid," or any of that, he just decides to chew my ass. He decides to chew my ass about the thing. And I ended up convincing the kid to ship anyway, and he became a Marine. So I have that experience in my back pocket. And then the next time that it happens, it was a Marine reservist, which is an even bigger deal if that kid doesn't ship. Hey, boss, my kid doesn't want to ship. That's my recruiter calling me. Okay, I'm heading over. I don't call the ops chief this time. Why would I call him? All he did was chew my ass, and the kid went anyway and became a Marine. So I don't call him, and the kid, he's adamant. He don't want to go. And I've PT'd him. I've prepared him. I've done everything that I would typically do to make sure that a kid is ready to go to boot camp and excel while they're there. But he don't want to go. Like, his girlfriend is against it, and he's tapping out. And I essentially looked at him, and I told him, and I'm going to say this for one reason and one reason only, and that's because I'm a veteran. So, all right. So I just want to make sure that's clear. This is my experience and nobody else's. But I go to that kid's house and I'm try convincing him, as I should. He's not about it. And I told him, I was like, "Look, dude, I asked you, like, man to man, are you good to ship yesterday? And you told me, yeah. I could have, you know, stopped all of this. But you told me you were good. Like, as a man, you are literally trying to jeopardize my career. Like, that's how serious this is. I need you to get on that plane." And I literally broke it down to him. You're going to get on the plane. The drill instructors are going to yell. You're not going to respond. And they're going to send you home. And you might be there for 5 days. And you'll be right back here where you want to be. Can I trust you to get on the plane? He's like, "Yeah, I got you." That dude went to Parris Island. He didn't crack on the moment of truth. His drill instructor calls me. It was like, he was a sergeant. He's like, "Hey, Staff Sergeant, I got this kid here, recruit whoever. You know, he's refusing to eat. He's refusing to use the bathroom. He's refusing to speak. I just want to see, like, hey, can you talk to him?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll talk to him." Puts him on the phone. And I was like, "Hey, am I on speakerphone?" He's like, "No, sir." I was like, "So I'm in your ear?" He's like, "Yes, sir." I was like, "Just keep doing what you're doing. You'll be home in a couple of days." And I hung up on him. And I know, so hearing that probably pisses you off to your core, right? And which is fair. I get it. Because that drill instructor called me to help him. He's trying to do everything he can. But if I have a kid that's a reservist, hard spot to fill, because we're talking specific jobs that on specific ship dates. So now I'm not just finding somebody to fill a spot. I have to find a reservist to fill the spot and to take the job.
That qualifies for it too.
That qualifies for the job. I was not about to call my ops and tell them this kid ain't gonna make it. I'd rather ship him and see him in 5 days. What's your thoughts?